Hello everyone and welcome to a new series on my channel, Leaders Are Readers. This series will be where I talk about my favourite self-help books on finance, on productivity, on networking, and pretty much any other facet of life. But if you're new around here, my name is Dennis, a second year engineering student at Imperial College London. And my channel is for productivity hacks, financial tips, and just a general life as a student at Imperial. So if you love the sound of that, please make sure to like and subscribe so the videos appear in your feed and pop the bell notification so you never miss a video. Okay, since this is the first video of this new series, I'm going to talk a little bit about my reading journey, and I'm sure a few of you watching will relate to this. So all the way back in primary school, I was an avid reader. I absolutely loved teen fiction, whether it was Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, even the Gone series. I'd basically read it all. In fact, I attribute a lot of my academic success and one of the reasons I even got into Imperial College London due to my thirst for knowledge through reading. So my reading journey continued like this until round about year 9, right when GCSE started. It was at that point where I just completely lost my motivation to read. In my mind, it was a case of, if you're gonna read, you may as well spend that time studying towards your GCSE. It also didn't help that the PlayStation 4 literally dropped around that time. So when I wasn't studying, out with friends, or watching football, I was basically on there. So for about 5 to 6 years up until the end of A-levels, I went from reading multiple books a month to barely even finishing a book a year. But this all changed this year in 2022. I put on my New Year's resolution to read books. It was the top of the list. I didn't mean the teen fiction books I used to read. I'm talking educational books, something like finance, networking, something to improve my life and improve my relationships with people. So I got on YouTube, started reading articles, all to find out the best books to read in those categories. I started jotting them down on the notes app of my iPhone. In fact, I'll split screen it with me here. I have a page filled with my reading list, and then I tick them off when I've completed the book and how long it took me to do so. Now, obviously you don't have to do this. There's no right way to read, but I found this really motivating for me because then I had a goal for each month on how many books to read, and I could reflect on each month and try and get better in the following month. In fact, you can see quite a few of them on the bookshelf next to me, right about there, next to my Emirates Stadium logo. Shout out to my other page, Why Football, where I talk about football. You might not be able to see them very clearly, but don't worry, I've got a video on each of these books coming soon on this series, Readers Make Leaders. I'm going to leave my full reading list in the description of this video, so feel free to check that out. I will also leave my Wordery affiliate link down below. This is where I purchase all my books. They arrive quickly and they're actually at a better price than most retail bookstores. If you use my Wordery affiliate link to purchase books, I do receive a small commission, but don't feel obligated to do so. You can literally just type into your browser wordery.com and you can buy the books off there, and I receive no commission. And this is honestly not them paying me to promote. I literally just love their service. I purchase all my books through them. Also, if you have any book recommendations, I'd love to hear it. Leave it in the comment section of this video. So I guess the burning question is, how have I had time to read? I mean, I'm studying full time and at an even higher intensity than A-levels and GCSE. Well, I'm going to break it down into 3 of the main reasons why I've actually finally had time to read in 2022. Reason number 1 is I have time during commutes to university. Reading on the tube journey to uni is my absolute favorite thing to do. It is a 30 to 40 minute journey each way on the Piccadilly line. So each day I could easily get a good hour of reading done. When I was at school for GCSEs and A-levels, I was within walking distance. I'm not going to be one of those kids that was reading a book while walking to school. There was no chance I was going to do that. Now I understand post-COVID, not everyone commutes to uni or work, for example. So another great time to read is just before bed. 20 minutes before, I'd say, is a perfect time slot. Gives you just a little bit of time to read maybe half a chapter, a few pages, and time away from your phones, which can actually help you wind down and get a better night's sleep. Reason number 2 is I'm gaining relevant and interesting knowledge. Reading is no longer a form of entertainment for me, it's a form of learning. Whether it's entrepreneurship, money, productivity, networking, I'm getting smarter each and every day reading these books. And in turn, that motivates me to read even more, so it's like a cumulative effect, because at the end of the day, I know it's cliche, but knowledge really is power. And the third and final reason is no distraction. As I said earlier, the PlayStation 4 came into my life and completely took away my reading time. Well, I've stopped playing PlayStation now, and I've not watched a single series on Netflix in 2022. By cutting out these other forms of entertainment or distractions, I can spend more time focusing on reading, which is a really important part of my life now. I'm gonna have a video in the near future coming out about how I've managed to detox from all these forms of entertainment. Honestly, it's changed my life. The amount of different things I'm doing now, I'm posting on TikTok, YouTube, dropshipping, coding. There's so much things you can do in the world if you just cut out all those meaningless points of entertainment. It's necessary, but people overconsume. That's the problem. Okay, so that was a little story about my journey back into reading and the launch of my brand new series, Readers Make Leaders. I hope you are as excited as I am, and my first review will be the brilliant book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because I promise you do not want to miss that. As always, thank you for staying until the end of the video. If you love the sound of productivity hacks, finance tips, and life as a student at Imperial, please make sure to like the video and subscribe down below, and I hope to see you in the next